Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Did you miss me yesterday? I missed you. But we got home from Caroline's house and, well, we were on our way home when I posted in the Vloggerinos group and on the community tab on the vlog that I wasn't going to vlog last night because I knew as soon as I got home that I was going to be out for a while. And I came home and was watching a bunch of TikToks. I was like, just like this, and I was watching all these TikToks. I was actually watching like all these singing TikToks of like Britain's Got Talent and just all these singing. I don't know why I was watching all these singing TikToks. They always like move me emotionally. And this girl singing this Billie Eilish song, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna lay down and go to sleep a little bit. Alex was like, I'm going to sleep for the night. So we were both of us like in bed, lights out, sound machine on by like 8:30 last night. And he slept completely through the night. I did not. I woke up and was like wide awake. And yeah, which I kind of wish I had slept through the night because today, I've been like dragging all day today. I don't know if it was just like, you know, being around a lot of people yesterday or, you know, just being like go, 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 go or whatever. But today I'm like really dragging a little bit. I just got done filming a drama video and it is actually uploading right now. And then when it gets done uploading and I get done vlogging, I'm going to render this and start uploading this vlog. And then I'm going to heat up a little bit of my leftover sweet potato casserole that I was going to say Alex, that Alex cooked. Alex didn't cook it. That Caroline had at Thanksgiving. And then have a piece of pumpkin pie, I think. I'll tell you about everything that I brought home in just a second. But anyway, so I got up late last night. Well, I'll just talk about it right now. I got up late last night and I had a piece of pecan pie. I didn't eat any dessert at Caroline's last night or at my mother-in-law's house. By the time I was at Caroline's house and we were on our second meal, I was so full when I got done eating. And I didn't even like really overeat or anything. But when Caroline brought out the pies, I was just like, I cannot eat right now. So I took 2 pieces of pecan pie home and 2 pieces of pumpkin pie home to have later. And I had a piece of this pecan pie. The pecan pie looked absolutely gorgeous. And it was so funny because Melissa and I had just been talking about this when she took Boo Radley and I to the vet. And Melissa was like, I've had every pecan pie in Indianapolis and MCL has the best pecan pies. And so I got online and I looked to see, first of all, I just want to say I love Taylor's Bakery. I love, 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 love Taylor's Bakery. But their pies were astronomical. I'm almost embarrassed to say how much I paid for these pies. But I did it because Caroline and I love Taylor so much. But one pie was $29 and the pecan pie was $29 and the pecan pie was $26. When I was at the grocery store with Tanya and I saw... Now, these pies were huge, too. But I saw pies half the size for $5.99. And that would have been just as fine to bring, right? So, Melissa and I, she wanted to go to MCL. And so she ran in and she got, like, a chicken leg and, like, mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese. And she got us each a piece of pecan pie. Because she was like, I've had pecan pie everywhere in Indianapolis. And MCL is the best. The pecan pie from MCL was so delicious. And it just was really, really good. And so you can go and buy, I looked it up online, you can buy an entire pie from MCL for like, I think it's like $15.99. Actually, several years ago, I don't know if you guys have these in your town. They're kind of small town restaurants, like a perk. It's kind of like a Waffle House, but they're called Jim Dandy. And we have one in Noblesville here. And I used to go there with my old sponsor that passed away all the time. And, well, we hadn't been in years, but anyway, somebody told me that their pies were really, really good. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I actually went and picked up pies there. I picked up like a sugar cream pie, I think like a pecan pie or something for like Thanksgiving one year. And I took the pies over to Caroline's house, and their pies were like $10 each, and they were like big pies, and they were fantastic. So anyway, I have to say, in having the pecan pie from Taylor's last night, I was a little disappointed. There was almost something kind of a little sour taste. It tasted a little off or something. I don't even know how to explain it. It looked delicious. It looked fantastic. But there was just, it looked off. It tasted off or something. Now, I haven't had the pecan pies yet, so. And the dinner rolls were absolutely fantastic. So, the night before, I stayed up way too late. And I finished, I don't know if it was the night before or the night before that. I can't remember now, but I have now finished the 3rd season of Manifest, and I'm on to the 4th and final season. And I think I just finished the 1st episode. So, finished Manifest. And I also watched something else. I can't remember what else I watched on Wednesday night. What did I watch on Wednesday night? I don't remember. But anyway, I was like, La Brea? No, I'd already watched that. Daily Alaska? No, I'd already watched that. Those shows don't come back. La Brea comes back on, I think, like the last week of January, like January 29th, and Daily Alaska, or Alaska Daily, comes back on in February. So, last night I got up and I watched RuPaul's Drag Race UK, and then, what else did I watch last night? I can't remember. Anyway, and then I also brought from Caroline's like 5 or 6 deviled eggs, and I ate them just sitting right in a row. I love deviled eggs so much. They were so delicious. And then I ate some cheese. I had some cheese here, and I ate them with pretzels and some hummus. I had some garlic hummus left. And that was my late night snack. What else did I watch last night? It doesn't matter. But anyway, so, yeah, yesterday we had a great day. We got up and, like, I took a shower and got ready, and we dressed up, like, looking nice, and then we went over to my mother-in-law's house. We got over there about, we got there about 11:45, 11:50, and, we thought it was going to be Alex's brother and his sister-in-law and the kids, and then Alex's aunt and uncle and grandma and cousin, but they didn't end up coming because they like wanted to stay at their house, and his uncle wanted to cook and things like that, and Alex's mom just wanted to like host with her kids at her house. So it was just us, and actually for like the first 45 minutes, it was just Alex and I, which was really nice because we got to catch up with her and hear about her trip to Chile, and she like told us all of the stuff that she went and saw and did, and it was really cool. So anyway, and then Carlos and Liliana and the kids showed up, and we had so much fun, and just hung out and told stories, and we were there for like 4.5 hours, 4 hours, something like that, and played chess. The kids are real into chess right now. Carlitos is really good at chess. Like, I played a game of chess with him, and I was like, well, I hadn't played chess. Not that this should matter, but I hadn't played chess in like 10 years. And I was like, I mean, he's 10. I was kind of like thrown down by like how good he was. So anyway, I played him, Sebastian played him, and then Carlos played him. And then, usually my mother-in-law for like Thanksgiving, she makes like Thanksgiving or like Venezuelan stuff. But she didn't yesterday. She made like, turkey. She said she was up till 2 o'clock in the morning cooking. It was real cute. But it was like sliced up turkey. And then she made stuffed mushrooms, which were absolutely unbelievably delicious. She and I were the only ones eating them. I was like, why is nobody else eating these stuffed mushrooms? They were so good. And then she made macaroni and cheese that was delicious. And then she made mashed potatoes that were delicious. And then she had this like vegetable stuff that was like simmered vegetables. I don't even really know how to explain it. It was like onions and like mushrooms and like peppers and stuff that she had like simmered all together. She like specifically, it was so cute. She specifically had like things made just for me. And then she had spoons out just for me so that when I got them out of the container, I would have my own spoon that hadn't been touched by any meat or anything. And then she even had cranberry sauce. And So it was like a very, you know, traditional Thanksgiving dinner. So anyway, it was really nice, and we sat down there and ate and talked and asked the kids about school, and it was fun. It was just a nice afternoon, and but Alex and I got so tired. We were so tired by the time that we had to go to Caroline's. We went over there about 4, left about 10 after 4, something like that. Got over to Caroline's, and it was Caroline and Mike, her husband, and David. His girlfriend, Kristen, came over later. And then it was Caroline's stepson and his wife. And he and David are actually going to start a podcast. So they were telling me all about that, which is really cool. They're really into podcasts. And so they've got a bunch of ideas for what they're going to do. And it sounds very cool. And it's going to be basically like, because they're like, you know, brothers. Like, they're like half brothers. And David is 21. And his brother is Alex's age. So 38. I thought his wife was like 41, but she told me yesterday she was like 44. So anyway, and then it was one of Caroline's nephews and his daughter, and his mom had recently passed away this last year, so he doesn't have like a lot of people to like have holidays with, and so Caroline and Mike have been like inviting him to everything, which is so nice, and he's such a nice guy. So they came over, and yeah, it was just a really nice Thanksgiving. And it was so funny because, like, people were commenting on my rant video, and they're like, why are you being mean to Caroline in this rant video? So I showed it to Caroline, and she was laughing. She thought it was hilarious. She didn't take offense to it at all. And but anyway, they had such delicious food, and they had several vegetarian options for me too. They had like this, oh, that was the thing that my mother-in-law had. She had green bean casserole, and like, I am not a green bean casserole fan. Like, I do not like it. And I like took a bite of it because, you know, she like made it, and she was like, I made this specially for you. I'm like, you know, when somebody does that, you can't not have it, right? So I took this green bean casserole, and I was like, took a bite of it, you know, and I was like, oh, this is really good. I really liked it. So Caroline had green beans. It was like green bean casserole, but fancy. I don't really know how to explain it. It wasn't like creamy. It had like long green beans in it, and it was delicious. And so she had that. And then her stepson made macaroni and cheese, but it was like, he makes a different recipe like every year. And it was like spicy. He used like spicy cheese this year. It was really good. And then mashed potatoes. And then they had turkey and they had ham. And then the dinner rolls. And then what else? I told Alex this today. I was like, you know, one of the things that surprised me that I didn't even realize until late last night, neither house had stuffing. And Alex's favorite is stuffing, so I was kind of surprised by that. I have 2 bags of vegetarian stuffing here that I got at Fresh Time that I'm going to maybe make one tonight because I love stuffing so much. I don't even care if it's just like out of the box stuffing. I love stuffing. What else did they have? They had something else. I'm like looking at my plate. I'm like going around the table. Oh, well, the deviled eggs, the dinner rolls. Somebody's walking down the street. I can see their flashlight. A lot of people at night walk around the neighborhood with those things, you know, in their head that have like the lights, the lamps. What else did we have at Thanksgiving? There was one other thing. Oh, the sweet potato casserole. The sweet potato casserole is delicious, and it had like pecans on top of it. It was so good. It kind of tasted very similar to the one from that 1933 restaurant that I love when Alex gets for me. So we ate, and then her stepson and his wife, they always bring games over because they love games. I said to him last night, I was trying to get Christmas presents for everybody, and this is what I said to everybody. I said, I'm taking your gift ideas now, and I need to know what you want for Christmas, and if you say nothing, you get nothing. That's what I said. And so because Caroline's husband Mike said nothing, and she goes, you get nothing then. Caroline, she pulled up her Christmas list when we were in the car the other day, and she was like, you don't have to get these things, but she had like very specific things on there. So I really want to get Caroline something special this year because she has been so fantastic to come and drive me around, you know, like once a week. I don't know what to get her. But I want to get her something special because she's just, I mean, how do you repay that, you know? And she's given me several hours of her week every day, you know, several hours of her day every week. And I just am so appreciative of that. So anyway, then David's girlfriend showed up because she had been with her family, so she came a little bit later, and they were going to play games. They were going to play canasta last night. They usually bring like trivia games or word games, and they brought canasta last night. I was like, okay, I think we're out on canasta. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love good card games, and I love I haven't played canasta since I was a kid. My mom and my grandma, well, my grandma, of course, she always loved cards, but my mom loved card games too. I remember learning canasta as a kid, but it's been like a long time. But I wish I could get Alex into playing cards, because if I could get Alex into playing cards, we could just sit around and play cards like on the weekends and stuff like that. He's not real into games. Like, well, he'll play games like if we're in a big group like that. And he likes to buy games for like he and his friends to play and stuff like that. Like, but like he likes like the Cards Against Humanity kind of games. Like to just play like cards, like, you know, bridge or something. Well, I don't even know how to play bridge, but to play like gin rummy or something like that. Like he's not real into all that. So I looked over and Alex was like half asleep on the couch. I was like, let's just go. So I went into the kitchen. I had actually told Alex, because we have so many of those like take-home containers from like going to people's houses and like going to restaurants and stuff. I said, okay, we are just going to take some of the containers over to Caroline's house, so that, because she always has extra food. She's like, just take some of this extra food. So she was like, do you want anything? I said, yeah, I want 2 pieces of pecan pie, 2 pieces of pumpkin pie. So we got all the containers, right? She actually had some really nice containers too that she had bought. She was like, I bought these containers just for today, so use these. I was like, okay. And then Alex ran out and he got the containers too. And then I got 6 deviled eggs, and I got a bunch of sweet potato casserole. And then Alex got a bunch of macaroni and cheese, because he loves macaroni and cheese. And then we brought that home, and yeah, that was our night. So we were over there for about 2.5 hours. I felt bad that we left kind of early, but I was so exhausted. And poor guy, he was so exhausted too. I felt so bad for him. So better than back in the day when we used to go out and stay out till 4 or 5 in the morning and then have to be at Thanksgiving the next day. It was a really fun day. It was a really nice day overall. And when we were at Alex's mom's house, she said something about going shopping today, because we used to go to Edinburgh, the outlet mall, to go, you know, Black Friday shopping. I used to love that. I just wasn't excited this year. I had no desire to do it. And I thought I'd end up going and spending a bunch of money that I didn't need. I'm actually going to do, is it Cyber Monday? Is that this upcoming Monday? I think I said to Alex last night, when is Cyber Monday? And he said it's this upcoming Monday. Well, you all let me know in the comment section below. So I know you will already anyway. And if you know any good Cyber Monday deals, will you let me know in the comment section below? So I'm going to do, because I want to do all of my Christmas shopping online this year. Because, you know, it's just easier that way than having Caroline take me place to place to place to place, you know, or Alex have Alex take me place to place to place to place. I could have done my Christmas shopping when I was with Tanya the other day, but I didn't really see a bunch that like I wanted to buy for people. And when I shop that way, I end up kind of like buying for people like stuff that, like, I just buy a gift to buy a gift instead of buying something that, like, I really want to buy for them. Like, I was telling David what I'm getting his girlfriend for Christmas, and I was like, what do you think of this idea? And he was like, oh, I think she'll love it. I think that's a great idea. He was like, is it something kind of hippie-ish? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, I think she'll love that. So, I'm excited about that. And she gets a lot of stuff off of Etsy. She always buys this is so cool. Every holiday, she always brings Caroline something, and she's always, like yesterday, she's super cute, and she has like real different glasses, and her hair is like, she has like bangs and like dark hair, and she's really cute. And so yesterday, she had on like a white like collared shirt, and then she had a sweater, and it was like different oranges and browns. and it was like a vintage sweater, and then she had on jeans, and then she had these white Mary Jane Doc Martens that were so cute. And so she's kind of like mixes style. I love her so much. And she's like the calmest, most peaceful energy in the world. She's just, her and David together make the neatest couple. So anyway, why was I saying all that? Oh, she always brings Caroline these gifts, and she buys them off of Etsy. Like, she'll buy like a piece of jewelry or something, and I'll be like, Caroline, I love that beaded bracelet. Where did you get that? And she'll be like, oh, you know, Kristen got it for me off of Etsy. Or it's just, she's so fantastic. And so maybe I could get her something really cool off of Etsy. So if you guys have any suggestions, yeah, again, put that in the comment section below. And then I've got to figure out what I'm getting Alex. And I mean, I have a couple ideas, but I just have to order them. And then what else? I just need to order this stuff. I just need to get my Christmas shopping done. I have a list of like 4 things I have to do this week. And and they're like just really like, one of them's like do all my Christmas shopping online. They're like really like minimal kind of things. It's kind of nice because I don't have a lot of stuff going on in December. I can just kind of like relax and just, you know, enjoy my time and enjoy the countdown to the holidays and all of that. And make videos and sit on the front porch if it's not too cold and talk to you guys. And yeah. There was something I was going to show you guys on my phone, but I'm uploading my video on it, and so I was like, now I can't remember what it was. I need to start watching some Christmas movies so that I can, I'm going to pull you guys a little bit closer. I need to start watching some Christmas movies so I can start reviewing them for my review channel. I really want to watch 1899. I really want to watch Wednesday. And a couple people have been asking me to review that. And, but I feel like I have to finish Manifest first. I feel like I owe it to Manifest. And there's another show that I want to watch. Oh, White Lotus. I really want to watch White Lotus on HBO Max. So those are 3 shows that I kind of would like to start and finish in December. This is my new Starbucks Gold Cup. Isn't it so pretty? Yeah, those are my shows I want to watch. Alex is watching Gossip Girl today. The season, like the very first, you know, round of Gossip Girl. Because the reboot, the new season comes out December 1st. He's like obsessed with Gossip Girl. Like, I've never met anybody that loves the show so much. Like, I mean, I've loved some shows before in my life, like Roseanne and stuff. I bet since we've been together, what were there, like 6 seasons of Gossip Girl or something like that? I bet he has watched all 6 seasons of Gossip Girl. I mean, I bet like 8 to 10 times. Like, seriously. He loves that show so much. It's kind of like his comfort show. Isn't that funny how we like each have a comfort show? Do you guys have a comfort show that you watch? I think my comfort show these days are like the drag pageants that I watch on YouTube. There's a couple different channels that I watch. There's Kalani Productions, which I love, and he uploads like daily. And then there's Drag Lover, which I love. And then there's like 2 other ones. The Naomi Sims is one, and these are all people that post like pageants from the past. And Naomi Sims was like one of the very first like pageant drag winners ever back in the day, like in the 70s, and has since passed away. So it's interesting that the channel name is called Naomi Sims. There's actually like a documentary movie. My roommate and I saw it years ago, and it's called like the very first like female impersonator pageant or something like that. And Naomi Sims wins. She does like Liza Minnelli, but it's actually the National Entertainer of the Year pageant. But they turned it. It's like the first year or something like that. I think she wins like emeritus or something like that. They give it to her. Like anyway. But then there's like 2 other channels that I watch, and one is in Dayton, Ohio. I think it's where Nina West is from. It's not Dayton, Ohio that Nina West is from. It's Columbus, Ohio, I think. And then the other one is from Los Angeles. And so the one from Columbus shows like all of these like queens that are like local to Columbus, or like traveling queens that come to the nightclub Axis. I think it's Axis. They come there. And so it's like all of these like drag performers, like you just like see these like 7-minute clips, and I love watching those. And then the one in California is, a lot of it is from different drag shows that are like at Mickey's, WeHo, and things like that. But then it also has a lot of, I can't remember what the channel is called. It has a lot of Sasha Velour's has a show called, I think it's called Nightgowns. And she has like a cast of like 5 or 6 people in it. If you have never seen, like there's the finale of Sasha Velour with the roses, but if you have never seen Sasha, type in Sasha Velour roses or something, like nightgowns, and I mean it is crazy. It's like even more than in the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race, if you've seen the finale and you know what I'm talking about with the roses. If you don't and you like drag at all, or you want to see good talent, my favorite talent of life to this day, and it's so funny because it comes up recommended to me a lot, and I don't watch it that often. It comes up recommended to me a lot. Well, there's 2. My favorite my favorite talent in a pageant ever. I think my first, well, it's a close tie, is, and this was, I think part of it is that I was there, and it was like my very first big pageant, National Entertainer of the Year, 1993, and it was Shayla Simpson doing His Eye is on the Sparrow, and it was like she did this Color Purple kind of like speaking part, and then it mixed into, there's a musical called Bubblin' Brown Sugar, and it's His Eye is on the Sparrow, and it mixes into Amazing Grace? I'm trying to hear it in my head. Now I can't hear it. Well, it gets really fast. And I love gospel music. And it's just really well done. And the whole thing is put together really well. So you can look that up. Shayla, Shayla Simpson. Simpson. Shayla Simpson, His Eye is on the Sparrow. And it'll pull it right up. The other one that I absolutely love is, and you can find like several copies of this, Erica Andrews winning EOI, Entertainer of the Year talent. It's the Mommy Dearest clip that she does. And she does a clip from, well, it's several clips from Mommy Dearest, but she mixes it with Shirley Bassey's song. And it's just fantastically done. And Erica Andrews is, and well, she's since passed away, but was, and it's Roxy Andrews' drag mother. My favorite entertainer. Just unbelievable entertainer, and just absolutely gorgeous. And I can remember seeing her win. We were at the Connection when she won in Louisville, and then seeing her step down. And I can remember her step down dress. And it was like this white dress, so stepping down from like the year after she won, you know, and like giving her crown to the next person. And she had this like white dress, and I remember like it tied in the back or something. And I can just remember seeing her and being like, she had like this bun up on top of her head and stuff. I can just remember thinking, like, she looks like a princess. Like, she is absolutely gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. So that's kind of like my comfort go-to shows. Like, I can fall down the rabbit hole of watching like all of these like drag pageant clips of talent. Like I love watching all that. I'm trying to think of what else is my comfort go-to. Well, that T.S. Madison, it stopped. That T.S. Madison, Bring Back My Girls. I like watching that when they interview the panels from the different RuPaul's Drag Race seasons. What was I just watching the other day on? Oh my God, this is my new one. Why can't I think of her name now? Judy something. And she played Mary Ellen Walton on the Waltons. These are the kind of things I watch, right? On YouTube that I just get completely fascinated with, and I watch one after another after another. And she does all these behind the scenes videos and talks about like secrets behind the scenes on the Waltons. It's actually, I think her name is like Judy Norton or something. It's genius what she's doing. Although there probably aren't that many people that care about the Waltons today. I do. I love it. So I like that, like channels like that. And then the other channel that I'm like really like weirdly obsessed with, I don't know why. There's actually like 3 of them, but there's one specifically that I like the best, and it's a couple. And it's like living in 1800s. It's very like Little House on the Prairie. And so it'll be like making cornbread how it was in the 1800s, or making macaroni and cheese how it was in the 1800s, or it'll be like Christmas morning in the 1800s. And it's she and her husband, and they even did, and like you guys, they get hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. Like it is unbelievable how many views they get, right? And they did this whole interview like with this other woman that she has a channel too, and I was like watching it, and basically how they were like out of character, because they never like break character when they're like doing these things. And it's really fascinating, and they have this house like that's built that looks like Little House on the Prairie kind of cabin, you know, and whatever, and she's always cooking in there, and you know, he comes and does stuff in there and whatever. But it was interesting because like his interest and her interest are kind of like not aligned when it comes to that time period, and how they got interested in all of this stuff. And I'm just fascinated with hearing people's stories, and you know, how they got into doing what they're doing and things like that. And there's something else that I've been watching. So I watch them a lot, and there's so many years of like catching up on them that I like have so many videos to catch up with them. So there's something else that's like that too, where they've been on YouTube for like 6 years, and I'm like catching up on all of their videos. Who is it? It's another one that's like that. It's not like in the 1800s, but it's similar to that. It's something like, gosh, what is it that I'm thinking of? What was I just watching yesterday? Oh, well, okay, this is where I just kind of fall down the rabbit hole. So I told you that I was started to watch Smoky Mountain Christmas with Dolly Parton, because the whole thing is available on YouTube. Not on one channel, but on 2. You can find 2 versions of it on YouTube. So then I got recommended, this is the rabbit hole, right? So then I got recommended Dolly Parton going on Johnny Carson talking about Smoky Mountain Christmas. It was like 12 minutes. And she actually sang Smoky Mountain Christmas on there. I'm dreaming of a Smoky Mountain Christmas. And then she also sings Jingle Bells. It's real cute. And so, I mean, this is from like the 80s. And so I watched that. And then all these videos started popping up of her talking about Whitney Houston doing her version of I Will Always Love You. And like, where was she when she heard about, there was like 4, there's probably more than that, but there were like 3 or 4 videos, and I watched them all about, and one was like all these clips together, and then the other ones were like her being interviewed by people, and like her, one of them was like Andy Cohen, and one of them was like her being on like the nightly news, and I can't remember who else, but anyway, maybe Larry King, of her talking about like where she was when she like heard the song, and like did she know about it and all this kind of stuff. She's apparently made a ton of money off of I Will Always Love You, but anyway, because she owns the rights. I did not know the history of this song. Now, I knew it was in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and I knew that Whitney Houston had done it. for The Bodyguard, and then it went super famous. I just kind of assumed Dolly Parton would have been really involved in all of this, but this is the background story to this, okay? So Dolly Parton had written the song, I think she said in 1972, which is weird because that's the year that I was born. I think that's what she said. 72, 75, something like that. And that it went to a #1 hit that year, okay? Or top 10, but I think it was #1. And then she came out and she did it again with Burt Reynolds in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, the movie. And it went to #1 again, or top 10 or something. And she said it was the first time that a song by the same artist went to #1 or was in the top 10. I can't remember, right? So that was like a record that they broke. And then she did it again with Randy Travis, I think. And it again went on the charts. And then Whitney Houston did it. So it was like 4 times that it was on the charts. Although, like, Whitney, like, hit, like, every chart in the world. So it was interesting hearing that. She said that with the movie The Bodyguard, Kevin Costner reached out to her and said, you know, can we have the song? And so she sent it over to them. But that was the last that she ever heard of it. Like they never like previewed it with her or told her anything about it and whatever. And then, and I just have to tell you, I think Dolly Parton might be one of those people that if I met, I was talking about this the other day, that if I met, I would absolutely just like melt. Like, I just think she's such a genuinely awesome person. And I just love her attitude about life, and I think she stays on the right side of things. And she doesn't get real involved in drama, but she speaks up when it's important. And I love her, and I love her music, and I love her love of family. And I just love her love of love, you know? And I think she's a phenomenal human being. So anyway, she said she was driving home from her office and off 16th Avenue, which is so funny because there's a song by Lacey Jane Dalton that my dad and I used to drink. My dad and I used to sing together, and it's I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it's like, it's this fantastic country song about people like trying to get famous on 16th Avenue in Nashville, Tennessee. I think it's that. Did she say 16th Street or 16th Avenue? Because maybe Lacey Jane Dalton's talking about Memphis, but I think she's talking about Nashville. I don't know. But anyway, it made me think of that. So she said 16th Street in this interview, that she was driving home from her office when she used to drive. She said, I don't know why she said something about, like, I don't drive myself anymore, so maybe she has a driver or something. I don't know. But anyway, and she said she was driving to her home in Brentwood, and that maybe she didn't even live in Nashville anymore. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But she said that the song came on the radio, and she just was so moved by it, and she was listening to it, and she didn't even really put 2 and 2 together. Like, she didn't even really know what the song was or who, you know. She just knew it was such a beautiful song. And she said at the part where it hits the chorus, where it goes, like, you know, she, like, almost had to pull over because she was about to have a heart attack. Or I think she said she did pull over because she was about to have a heart attack, because it was like she couldn't believe how beautiful it was. And she said, you know, if anybody was going to recreate the song, she goes, Whitney Houston was the person to recreate the song. And it just was really, it was really awesome to hear her speak about it that way, you know, and that she doesn't feel like there's ownership over or whatever. It was funny because one person asked her, they said something about, does it bother you that, like, Whitney Houston got, like, more famous for the song than you? And she said, I don't care, just keep on sending me the checks. And you know, it was just real funny that she said that. It was real cute the way that she said it. And then I start watching all of, like, the Johnny Carson interviews with Dolly Parton. And then it'll pull up a Johnny Carson interview with somebody else. And then I watch that. And then I watch this. And then I watch, the history of the 12 siblings of Dolly Parton. I watched that the other night. I mean, it was like a night of Dolly Parton. And do you guys ever do that? Do you fall down the rabbit hole of YouTube? I do. It's funny for me because, like, you know, in this discussion of like long form content going away and people not loving YouTube and things like that, it's like YouTube is still the place where you can like get on there and you can like search stuff out and you can continue to watch things. I mean, if I mention like these drag things in this video, you guys can, at the top of your YouTube bar or on your phone, search in there Kalani Productions, Kalani, and tell them I sent you, Kalani Productions, or, you know, like, you know, Dolly Parton, Johnny Carson, and it'll, Smoky Mountain Christmas, and it'll pull up, you know. You can't do that on TikTok. You can't do that a lot of other places. And, I mean, you can do it on Google, but you kind of have to, you know, maneuver and find things. And I think that is one thing that's still so magical about YouTube, is that you can find so much. You know, it's like, I love watching anything that's abandoned. I don't know why. There's a spooky quality to it, spookiness to it. But I love watching abandoned videos, especially like abandoned water parks and stuff like that. I've talked about that in the past. So just to type in abandoned water parks and then to see, you know, like, because you can see if you've watched it before, right? And so then you know the ones that you haven't seen before. And then, and it's funny what then like YouTube sometimes suggests on the heels of like watching those. So, yeah. I love YouTube. I've loved YouTube for a very long time. It's been, you know, I think about it, it's so weird. Like, oh my God, my battery is flashing, so that means it's about to die. YouTube has been such a big part of my life. Like, even before I was on YouTube, you know, I was watching YouTube daily. You know, I remember watching Shep 689 with Will and RJ every single day, you know, and Tyler Oakley and Glozell Green and, you know, who else? I can't remember the other people that I watched, but there were so many people that I watched that I loved, you know, and Kingsley and Miranda Sings and, you know, all these people that I loved. So, and I'll never stop watching YouTube. I love YouTube. And I love you guys. So thank you for hanging out with me on the front porch again tonight. And I hope that you're staying warm and cozy wherever you are, unless you're in someplace where it's 100 degrees. And then I hope that it's cooling down for you a little bit. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Friday and beginning to your weekend. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want, or your weekend over. If you need to start your weekend over, you can. 2, if your family drove you crazy yesterday, if you were able to be around your family, then you can start your day over and say, I don't have to see Aunt Judy or Aunt Sally again for another month or something. But feel blessed that you get to have family that you get to see as well, you know. And 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And also be kinder to one another, because you might just be putting a smile on their face, like I said, you know, and really cheering them up, and they might need to hear that. And also be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and most importantly, be kinder and love yourself a little bit more. And I love you guys so much, and I hope that you're having a fantastic weekend, a magically amazing weekend, and I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. Bye.